Well, it's getting colder outside, and you're probably, if you have outdoor cats, looking for a way to keep them warm. This is an outdoor heated cat house. Let's put it together and see how my kitties like it.
So you can set this up to keep an eye on your kitties. All the mounting gear is provided, and the cables that you need for it. So yeah, this is really good quality cat house. Has a nice feel to it. So let's go ahead and we'll set up the structure and put this together. Alright, once you get all the parts laid out, you just want to make sure you match it all up with the instructions. There's a stack of smaller poles right here on one bag, and then the larger ones are in another bag, sealed. You've got corner anchors that are large, and then the smaller ones are here. So just kind of keep track of all of the different bags of supplies. Obviously, you got to put your structure together, and then you're going to lay the actual cat house material over the structure. Okay, so we have the frame done for the base. Now to add this onto the base, you kind of have to take apart one end of the base, and you've got to feed into the little side pockets on both sides of the long side of the bed. They both have to be fed together. And then this has a Velcro on it on this side that will come and connect into the pole on the other side. But to string this up, you're gonna have to feed them both together, kind of like all the way through, and then you can put the poles back together. Now for this next part, we're putting together this little box that we're going to use to lay the cat bed on. And I want to point out the size of the poles. The longest poles in those little smaller pole sections go on the two sides on both of these squares up here and down here to make this box. You'll notice the section I haven't completed yet because I want to point some things out. The other two sizes, you see there is one that is longer than the other. The shortest one goes in this section between the top and the bottom. It's going to go in here. That's where the short ones go, on the sides. But you have to watch out when you're putting these together. You can see this hole right in the center. There's a hole at the top corner of each of the pieces. When you put the poles together, that it will either be the top corner, you'll have the hole there, or if it's going on the bottom side, your hole is going to be on the bottom. That's all part of securing the whole entire unit together. You have to make sure that the hole is either on the top or on the bottom in each of the corners. Now I have this part. This is the house. Okay, so here with all the corners all pressed down and this unit is up, we are ready to pull the Velcro that you get on the underside of it and just wrap them around. Now I want to take a moment and show you this base. You know, when you have your framework for the upper box done and your bag is in there and everything's all set up with that, you'll need to tie this upper box and structure to the lower base. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this strap that was just folded over here when you attach these things on the lower pole. It's folded over here. You're going to pull this strap and you're going to just tie it around these little bar clips like these right here. You'll tie that in and it just secures on itself right there. To secure all of these edges, securing this upper box to the lower base. Now to connect the electrical for this heat pad that you set inside here. It has a little spot right here in the corner that you can just run the electrical through to the outside. Now for the camera, they provide this little clamp that you're going to use to attach the camera to this bar up here. And this is the underside. They've got nice weather protection for the camera, but you can put your USB got the little port here to power it. And there's an SD card slot. They do not provide the card, so we'll just add our own card for that. Right, we'll just tighten this down here. The way they have this set up, you can just feed that wire through. Okay, now I wanted to point this out. Just like down here, they have that waterproof like seal for the electrical to come out. They've done the same thing for this. You've got a port right here on the side that you can just run your electrical through. One thing nice, they do provide this power supply for your USB connection. If you have this in kind of like a porch area, it can be sheltered right, off the house like that. But anyway, I wanted to point this out. They do provide these stakes that can be used to stake it into the ground. I don't use that because I'm going to be setting it up on my porch where it's able to get a little bit more shelter. We have several foot snowdrift, so it gets to be a problem. Now I want to point this out. The camera has to be configured with your router. Now with the camera set up, the last piece of this cat house contains this nice little roof, and the roof too, it also has some Velcro around on the sides, so you can use that to kind of secure it, keep it from blowing off. So with your roof on, you see how this flap kind of lays over top of the camera to protect it. And then here are the little Velcro straps. One thing that's really nice is the fact that it has this little window on the side. Both sides have windows, but this side is fully sealed and it won't let the heat out. On the right side of the unit, it has this cover is able to come off, so you can have it sealed in the winter, but then if you roll it up, it's got this little Velcro. You can see how you can just roll this so that it can just stick on itself and kind of hold it in place when you need to have it opened, so that the mesh will let the airflow come through and keep the unit cooler in the summer. Now here you can see it with the plastic that it comes with, and I want to point this out. It has a couple snaps right here to kind of hold the plastic in place so the cats can go in and out, but I'm having some issues with it. Number one, we get a lot of winds out here and there are no other snaps, so this thing just blows in the wind. When the wind really gets going here, it's not going to hold. If that's the only place that it's holding, the whole entire thing's going to blow right off. So I'm going to be using this on my porch and not really having it way out in the weather. So I don't think this is going to be necessary. Rain comes down. If I got my porch, it's be somewhat protected. So I think the cats will be just fine. Get you inside. Get you inside here. All right, let's see. She in the house? What do you think of this little house, huh? It's just cute. Yeah. Good place to stay. And she can go in and out pretty easily inside here. I think she's gonna like this little cat house. Yeah, good spacing to see her laying down right here. Yeah, look at you. You look so cute inside here. You're just adorable. So this is a really nice cat house. I haven't seen one with quite as many nice features for insulation, for weatherproofing the holes where the electrical comes through. I definitely like those features in here too. It's definitely going to be, I think, one of the better cat houses that I have done a review on. The fact that it's so well sealed, and there's just not a lot of loose edges. You have a lot more loose edges in some of the other ones, but look at this, it just seals down, keeps everything nice and tight and weatherproofed for your kitty. Yeah? What do you think of that house, huh? You like that, Luna?